As you all know, the local governments are a very key plank of our development process. Unfortunately, we have not been able to conduct elections into our local government. And we have had a lacuna in terms of governance, political governance of these local governments. We have had to use civil servants to manage the local government for over a year, and this is not ideal. We expect that we'll be able to have elections of the local governments after the series of elections. But our concern as a government is that we don't want to start another year and leaving the local governments unguarded in terms of policy directions of government. So we decided that we will appoint my liaison officers who report to me directly in each local government to let me know and brief me on what is going on with the local governments. We had expected that we would have a local government council in place, and I had conducted audits of each local government in 2021. Unfortunately, we haven't had councils to review those reports and take corrective actions to stem the hemorrhage and the lack of processes we saw from that audit report. I am going to be conducting another update audit for 2022 on the activities of each local government to see whether things have deteriorated further or improved. One of the challenges we saw from the audit report was the inability of the local governments themselves to sustain themselves financially. For most local governments, there were about 3 or 4 who cannot cover their salary bills on an ongoing basis. Because by the time they distribute what comes from from federal allocations, they have very little or no revenue base and have very high costs of staff. So the danger we face today is that local governments exist today to only pay salaries. By the time they finish paying salaries, they don't even have enough to pay salaries, and they are running costs. So they can't intervene in projects in this local government. And that is not the purpose of the Constitution. The local governments are supposed to be independent and self-sufficient. So as states, we have a challenge now finding ourselves undertaking responsibilities that are purely local government responsibilities. It is not the function of the states to clean markets. It is not the function of the states to sweep streets. And if you heard me in my New Year's speech, I said one priority project of this administration for this year is to clean and green Edo. So these and many other reasons are why we decided that we should, from the governor's office, it would be irresponsible not to have a view into what is going on in the local governments. I want to make it very, very clear that not since I became governor, I've not touched one kobo of local government revenues. If anything, sometimes when the situation is very difficult, we take from our reserves to support the local government. So the issue of local government autonomy, yes, we believe in it, but you cannot be autonomous if you cannot pay your way. For us, local government autonomy it means that the local governments have to be run properly so that they become self-sufficient. These people we have appointed as my liaison, I believe their tenure will not last more than 120 days, because by then we should have conducted elections. But must be able to give me a report so that we can put our local governments in the right footing, that even when we have a new government coming to the local government, we, the citizens, can know how to monitor the performance of these persons.